Hi, this is Nancy L.T. Hamilton. I'm back. And today we're going to do, what are we doing? We're going to do wire, fancy wire, twisted wire, bent wire, wrapped wire, and you can use it for a bunch of different projects. And I'm going to show you a few of the styles that we're going to be making today. And my cat. You're going to see my cat, my studio assistant. Okay? Pretty exciting. So here's the wire we're going to be working with today. I'm going to show you how to take just a regular round wire and make these different types from not just one wire but multiple combinations, but that's only the round wire. And then we're also going to take a square and a round wire and make these different designs. These two are actually the same, but one's in silver and one's copper, so I can show you what the difference looks like. So I think it's going to be really fun and pretty easy, and I shouldn't hurt anyone or myself on this demo. Okay, so to do this project you're going to need wire, round wire, and if you can get dead soft wire, which means it's very flexible and soft, not soft like a pillow, but flexible, get dead soft if you can, because you want the wire to be easy to curl. We're basically putting this in a drill and spinning it around, and that's going to work harden it. So if you start with work harden, it'll break, it'll snap, it'll be overly worked. So make sure, if you don't have dead soft, go ahead and anneal it. If you can look at one of my videos, I can't remember what one it was, on the annealing. Thank you, my producer, he's so smart. Go ahead and anneal your wire at that point. The other thing you're going to need is some kind of wire cutter, obviously, to cut your wire. And I'm sure there's a name for this, but I have no idea what it is. But it's basically a heavy-duty kind of clampy plier thingy. And you're going to need a drill, or you can use a flex shaft in a vise. But the drawback to this is, one, I hate working with this chuck and key thingy. You can't use a quick release on this because the wire is all different sizes. So you have to get in here and twist and turn and twist and turn. So I hate using this, but if you have nothing else and you desperately want to do this, this is a way to go to start. But if you can, go over to Harbor Freight. I hate to plug a place, but they have really cheap tools, and you could probably pick up a drill for under 20 bucks. I have stole this from my husband. It's a big old Bosch, and I usually have it clamped in my other room, but I'm tearing my studio apart for you. Anyway, so that's what, and oh, masking tape. And that's the last thing that we need to start this, okay? Okay, now we're going to make the wire. So, gotta get her tight. Get her tight! So I'm going to straighten my little wires up a little bit by hand, and I'm trying to bunch them up here and wrap tape around about a ½ inch from the end. This does two things. It holds the whole big mess together, and it also keeps the wire from getting marred by these evil jaws of this drill. And here's the little jaws, and in between them are spaces that we don't want our wire to go in. So when you put your wire in, make sure you keep the whole kit and caboodle, just get my big hands out of the way, in the center. Oops, it's impossible to keep my hands out of the way. And tighten down the jaws. I don't know if you can see any of this. Okay, so, oops, see, bad girl. Probably never gonna go to jeweler's hell. Alright, I think I've succeeded. Alright, now I'm going to grab these things that I don't know what they're called. And if this was really long, I'd probably trim it, but this is only about, 2 millimeters hanging off the end. You want to have it flat so you have something to grab onto, and hold on with a death grip. Hit the gas. It'll stop turning. Go slowly if you can. And now, I don't know if you can tell, but this end's a little more tightly wound than this end. And to correct that, you can take this and flip it back over and do the same thing that I just did. There's no reason to show you that again. It's just that what happens is there's more, the torque is coming from this end, and it just tightens down that way, and I don't like it, but I don't have any control. I'm just a jeweler. My son, the producer, is getting a little nervous. Think he's getting that white coat back out again. Dang, I hate that thing. Okay, now what I'm doing now, I should probably tell you. See how I've attached, this is a filigree wire used in filigreeing, and it's silver, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to run this around the outside. This is another way to change this wire up. You can do 2 strands, 3 strands, 5 strands, or you can roll it and spin it and then put another one on the outside. You could use square wire, pretty much anything. Same concept. I retaped it back into the bundle, tighten it down. I don't want it in between the jaws of the chuck. Tightening the chuck down, grabbing it with the unknown tool, and hopefully this will work, because sometimes it doesn't. Okay, here we go. Slowly. There we go, it's starting to work. Alright, now this is not perfect, but what I should have done was annealed the center wire, and then it probably wouldn't bunch up so nastily. But pretend that's not there. Remember, we like to play pretend in my studio. And if we look at this part, we have a pretty cool looking wire that we made. And this is just the beginning basis. Like I said, you can mix a square wire, a round wire, all different kinds, and it makes it different every time depending on what you do. The next one I'm going to show you is actually using square wire. And you're going to really have a good time with that one, okay? Okay, square wire does a really cool thing when you put it in a drill. I don't know if you've ever played with it before. I'm going to just put this back into the chuck. There's so much time spent me twisting this chuck down, but can't be helped. Alright, grab with the unknown tool, death grip. And this square wire you can get anywhere. You can use, you know, silver, copper, gold, whatever. Alright, I love this. You do this in steel too, but it's not quite the same process. And it makes this awesome pattern on here, which can be used for a million things. You can also take square wire, if you have it, a rolling mill, and roll it out in your rolling mill and then anneal it. And you're making more of a rectangular wire. Same concept. Put it back in the jaws. Grab with a clamp. And if you stop there, you have a nice elongated looking wire. Can you zoom in on this for me? So basically at that point I can do anything. I can put a double, single strand of gold, I can do silver. I mean, there's so many things that you could do with this. You could take these two and anneal them and wrap them, put them back in the bundle and wrap them together. Actually, I'll do that right now and see what it looks like. Back in the, oh gosh, in the olden days, before I was born, around the 1800s, wire making like this was huge, and jewelers used it all the time. If you look at a lot of Victorian style work, you'll see this fancy wire work, and I'm afraid it's becoming a very lost art. I hope this is going to work, because they're not equal, and no, see, that's going to be a troublesome moment for me. I'm going to do this. Bring it up to you. Oop, I hope that didn't hit a cat. I guess we would have heard a meow. I'm having a problem because this wire is thicker than this one, so I'm having a problem with it shutting down on each other. Maybe if I come from the top to the bottom. All these things are fun things that happen in the studio all the time. Alright, here we go. Let's see. I've never done this one. Ooh. Schnazola. I am impressed. Not with myself, with the metal. That is pretty. Can you zoom in on that for me, Dana? I really like that. I might have to use that in something. Smaller wire would obviously be a little more delicate, but for demos we needed to use the big chunky stuff. So that's basically my little wire making demo for today, and I hope you learned something. I'm hoping someday to put out a book on a bunch of different styles and ideas on how to do this, so maybe I'll tell you when I produce it, publish it. Thanks for coming, and hope you had a good time. See you next time. Bye. And here she is, wee wee Lulu. Lou, say hi. Lou does a lot of work around here. One of the things she does is put kitty fur in all Mommy's metal clay. Right? There's a lot of sleeping and treat eating.